Hi everyone, and welcome to another Instaviews with me, the assistant editor of Voice, Saskia. Said that the wrong way round. If you were just watching a moment ago, I do apologise. We were having slight technical issues. Today we are going to be talking to. I actually don't know if you can see me right now. We are going to be talking to award-winning writer and director Luana Di Pasquale, who is going to talk to us about her short film Keep Mum, what she's got going on, and any latest projects that she's been working on.
Oh, yes.
Luana,
Yeah,
hi.
yay. Oh,
It
God.
worked.
Worked out at the end. Thank you so much for your patience.
No problem at all. It would have been great if we could have done a test run. I do apologize.
It's totally fine. It's good to learn a new skill.
Exactly. So, how are you?
I'm good. Very busy at the moment, but try to, you know,
Yeah, stay
make
on
it
top of
work.
everything.
And it's getting all very exciting with everything is opening up again. So
Hmm.
see, see where it's gonna take us.
Exactly. So, why don't you start out by introducing yourself a bit?
Yeah, sure. I'm Luana Di Pasquale. I'm a film director, genre film director and writer. I have at the moment a short film called Keep Mom in the second year of festival run. And it's a film about domestic trauma, the cycle of domestic abuse, and actually is doing quite well.
Yeah, I actually watched it earlier today,
Hey,
and
what do you think?
I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. Like it took me a while to watch it, but I have watched it now. I didn't want to come to this interview, without having seen it, and I thought it was really great. I can see why you've done so well. Second year festival run, I can definitely see it.
Oh, great. It was a team effort. We did, he, I'm so grateful for everyone who's been part of the project, and everything is started because everyone seems like to love the script, and so there was this unconditional love around the script, and things just happened, and we shot it, and then and then send it off to festival. Then the pandemic happened, so that was like oh my God, is going keep mom have a life in this cinema
Mm-hmm.
because of course of the situation, but then actually a lot of virtual film festivals, so and it got picked.
Many
So
times.
yes, we are about 30 official selection at the moment, and
Hmm.
7 I think win, and 14 nomination in
Yeah.
different categories. So that makes me very happy. But I want to know what you thought about the film. What do you think about Mom?
I feel bad for her. I really do feel bad for her being. I mean, obviously, no one's going to know what we're talking about at the moment.
I
So
know, I'm really sorry, but I'm very excited to know.
I felt bad for her. I think living with that kind of trauma, especially I don't want to give it away, but
No,
the
of course.
thing that happened and then having to live with that and feeling haunted by that, I'm sure it's a story that in one way or another many people can relate to. So I
Yeah,
definitely think it would resonate with a lot of people, and that's always a good start,
yeah,
definitely. And I thought you had
yeah.
some really cool visuals in there as well, which I wanted to ask, was that hard to shoot? But I want to get to that afterwards. After we get to know a little bit more about you, we will circle back to
Sure, 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 no problem.
yeah.
Sorry, I jumped because I'm a very curious person, so I like ask questions.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Like I'm taking your job basically. I'm
It's absolutely fine. So why don't you tell us a bit about how you got started in your career?
Well, everything is started by chance. Honestly, I think I was enrolled in a very general media course,
Hmm.
and then it got shut down because nobody joined. So I was like, oh my God, because I come from art studies, so I'd done arts. So for me, film or media was a different a little bit different, but I was very interested.
Mm-hmm.
And when they shut the course, I said, oh, okay, the good time that I really think I might have an interest, it went completely off. And then I got invited to opening days at this college. It was Westminster College in Battersea.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, and I met this super cool tutor. Her name Katie, and she was a phenomenal filmmaker. And she sold her course so nicely to me. Like, if you come over here, it's 90% filmmaking, like, and 10% you have to do, writing and just learn how to make movies. I was like, okay. So I joined in. I was like, why not? She was so excited, and I really liked her. So, and then I remember that the first day of the first day of the course, she gave me this huge handicap, which is like, it was like that, and she put it on my shoulder and she said, go and make a documentary. I was like, okay. So I went and I came back, and I learned how to edit, and at the end I made a documentary about HIV. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me, it's like, I think you're not going to have any problem. She said, like, I didn't understand what she meant by that. And that's it. And then I carry on just making documentary, making films. And then from that course, I went to UAL, University of Arts, and this is where I got my degree as a filmmaker, as a writer-director. I graduated, and then I basically started working in the industry, and it was like a miracle, really, because when you finish uni, you don't tend to find jobs straight away. But I got a big brand, Vladimir Vodka, and I started working for them for 3 years. And I travel around the world, party a lot, and making like these really funky vignettes about Vladimir Vodka and the lifestyle that all around it, which was all about music festivals and graffiti arts, and lovely. So much fun. And then I started doing other things like promotional films, documentary for current TV. So things just led to the other. Mm-hmm. Then I ended up 9 years of self-shooting PD, and so promotional video documentaries for TV and so on. And then I made a TV talk show about love, which wasn't cheesy, and I really enjoy that. And then I questioned myself, like, okay, I've been filmmaking for so long, but really what I want to do. And so I really want making films, psychological thrillers. So then I decided to open my own company, and actually Keep Mom is the first film out of Luana Di Pasquale Films, which is my production company that I co-produce with Lisa Turnbull from Reblis Films, and it was our joint venture, and that's it. Oops. And now I just want to make movies until I die. That's how it works.
It sounds like you had the most fun. It really does. You've got, like you said, you don't expect to come straight out of uni and to work in the industry. So that's amazing.
Yeah, and also, I was working in the industry, also freelancing for others. So I had the chance to work for Mike Figis, but I was always developing my personal projects. So it's just like learning skills from others, but also carry on and experimenting with yourself, and just making movies. That's what you need to do. It's all about the story at the end of the day, whatever it is, a promo, is a documentary, is a short film. Okay, my next challenge now is to make my own feature films, which is what I'm working on at the moment. So, and then TV talk show. I've never done TV talk show, so it's always like a new challenge. And at the end of the day, it's all about storytelling, and to tell stories that matter to you. So yeah, you have to stop, because I can talk forever.
So tell me about how did you come up with Keep Mom? First of all, tell us a little bit about what it is about, and then how you kind of created that.
Sorry, I missed you there. I lost you there.
Oh, sorry. So, tell us a bit about Keep Mum, and then what was the inspiration behind Keep Mum?
Well, Keep Mom is about a woman who is pushed beyond the limits of sanity, who's tried to understand what happened to her and to her son. The next things we see, then she's wrecking her house and she's drinking a lot of vodka, and she wakes up the following day and she's tried to piece together what actually happened. And us as an audience, we try to understand the same as her. So how did I get that? Well, it just happened. It was a Christmas during 2017. The idea just came out, and I wrote it, and I was always very interesting about you know, these issues, that is domestic violence, but also I really wanted to show through, for instance, for mom character, she's not only a victim, but she also a perpetrator, and I really wanted to show the same aspect of this different aspect in one character, without using so much dialogue. So that was the great challenge. So I really wanted to make something very very atmospheric, that makes you really think about what was behind certain situations. So did I answer the question? Because I can't just go in other place and then come back and say, oh yeah, maybe.
You did answer the question, you did. So the fact that you came up with it on Christmas Day in 2017, is that why the opening of the film is Christmas, when she's trashing her house? And maybe subconsciously.
Subconsciously, yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There is a connection there.
Yeah, there's definitely a connection there. So when you first, you finished editing it and you had this product in front of you, the finished product, did you expect it to do so well in the film festival circuit, or was that a big shock to you?
Not at all. I mean, when you make a film, you want people to watch it. So, and that's why you send it to film festivals. And so that, and then you start sending and nobody replies you. So you say, oh my God, what's going on? It's like all those efforts and nobody want to see it. And then sadly, everyone wants to see it. And that was the best. I mean, that was shocking to me. And still is, because we are on the second year and still is doing very well. So we have, I think, 3 festivals to coming up. Oh, yes, 3 festivals. One in Ramsgate, which is actually the town where we filmed Keep Mom. So it's a great honor to actually exhibit it there.
Yeah.
Then I think it will be in Colombia, in Bogota, in a horror film festival, and then in Russia, in Moscow, another horror film festival. So, and also it's a psychological thriller. So, being a horror festival is super. I really, that is great. And so I hope to go to Russia.
Yeah.
To see the movie there, because I didn't have the chance yet to be in any festivals that online, of course. So let's fingers crossed.
It's not just making its way through the film festival circuit. It seems like it's making its way around the world as well, which is great.
I know, unexpected.
So did you, in the film, you've got some really great shots of the cliff and the water and stuff. Did you come across any obstacles when filming that, or was it?
All the time. No, it's like, the thing is, I just remember it was we shot in March, and the first day that we shot, it was so beautiful, super warm, like lovely, almost summer, and it was March. So now it's May and it's winter. Yeah. And then the following day, which actually worked out for us very well, but it was really hard to shoot. It was the scene in the car by the seaside, because it was snowing. like it was snowing so much and it was super cold. So that was a hard scene to film. But actually we needed the snow. So, and it came
Happy
up to
accident.
us, which was fantastic. I'm very grateful to the universe for the snow. But there is always obstacle that you need to kind of, creative solution is part of the filmmaking process. So you just have to just be very aware and sort it out and take the most of it and try to make it work for yourself, really. And the snow was perfect.
It does really fit well with that scene as well. So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we managed at the end.
So Keep Mum is the first film to come out of your production company. With your next load of films, whether it's a short film or a feature film, are you going to stay within the same genre or are you going to branch out to others?
Oh yeah, that's home.
That's
That's home. Yes. Yeah, I'm really fond of, I'm a fan of psychological thriller. I'm more on the thriller side than horror. I always put some element of horror, but for me, I'm really, I like to create suspense. I really like to take you to a journey and wandering and slowly get to some places. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, the element of horror for me was the child who was a little bit creepy. Horror
Creepy
movies love
child.
to put in the creepy child. But
Yeah. Tell me about, what do you think? What do you think? No, sorry, I'm very curious. How do you feel about Danny?
The child. I am really not a horror person.
So thank you.
Yeah, when I saw him appear, I was a bit like, oh, am I gonna jump? Like, is it gonna be
Oh
something?
wow, that's
But
great.
no, I just think it really fit. Like, because I did think it was just gonna be your main lady throughout the whole of the film, and then the appearance of the child, that was what made me realize like the story that she had murdered who. It was the presence of the child that kind of connected the dots for me, so I thought that was just like a really nice way to get to the end of the story. So, yeah.
You see.
Good. It was a good creative decision. And are they I saw in the credits they have the same last name, so are they actually mother and son?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And they are like my best friends too. So like my soul friends, I love them to beat. I was actually in Edinburgh a week ago and I was with them and I let Cameron know that he had a lot of nomination for his acting. So with her mother. So he was extremely happy.
That's really sweet. And another thing that I because you keep asking me, so I'm going to tell you my opinion on the film.
Yeah, please let me know.
I don't know if this was even intentional, but when she sat in front of the washing machine and she hasn't got the bloody shirt on anymore, and you can kind of see like marks on her back, I kind of instantly thought battered woman, kind of thing. So yeah, just those subtle things, I really like to notice them and then add them to the overall arc of the story. So yeah,
that's great. They were actually the first hint to what what was going to happen or had happened that you would understand later.
Yeah, so I'm
cool.
glad that I saw it. I'm glad that I caught the hint.
Great. Super.
So you said that you're going to be working on a feature film next. Have you started doing that, or is there anything else that you've got coming up?
No, yes, I'm writing it at the moment. I have a working title, which is My Enemy Within. So can you imagine what kind of movie will be?
Definitely your wheelhouse. Definitely the route that you're going down.
Yeah. So I've been working on that, and I've just let go the pandemic and everything because I like to think to go back to shoot actually when everything is going to come back to normal, if or in the new normal, whatever that will be.
Yeah.
And take my time. I mean, the time that he needs the project to nurture. While I'm also a mentor, and I teach filmmaking. I have my own workshop. So at the moment, I have 5 workshops going on at the moment. So I'm really busy on that. But I also I'm in the writing, I'm in the development at the moment.
So how was lockdown for you creatively? Because you were in the middle of Keep Mum, and then the pandemic happened, and then everything came to a halt. Like, how was that for you?
Well, it was interesting because I had a lot of time to self-care, and because when you were not in the lockdown, you just work, and then actually, I mean, I was working still. I had time also to self-care, which is important things, and to revalue things in a different, like to look at things from a different perspective. But it's been it was such a difference because I'm a freelancer, so I work from home and as well. So it didn't really change my lifestyle. Okay, I just had to go, but it was a great, a wonderful time where I could really, really develop my workshop. I got a grant from the Art Council as well. That I was trying to kind of how I can make this available so online, because at the time it would just start everything. So, and they really liked my work so far, and then Keep Mom was going to Film Fest unexpectedly. So it's been very nourishing time, even though it was a very, very difficult time at the same time. Yeah, but also I believe that anyway I could carry on. So yeah, I will end the live cast. No, it's fine. Yeah. So.
But so just to round up, then I just want to ask you, what advice would you give to those who are looking to get into the film industry?
Okay, to love what you do, and to love it unconditionally, and to have fun with it, and don't think about the money.
Don't think about the money.
No, because
the money you make or the money you're spending on it?
It's the creative process. If you really, one thing I'm teaching, like through my filmmaking workshop, I love, this is my passion work, where I'm teaching filmmaking to children. But over the last 6 years, I also taught filmmaking to young adults as well. So it's like everyone think actually you need money to make films, but it's not true. You can still make films and use your passion to make it happen, and that's how you start. And then eventually, that will come too.
Yeah.
But to think about money, filmmaking, just it's passion, it's love, and you have to go for it and give your heart to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the same with a lot of creative kind of jobs, whether it's art or music. Don't think about the money. Focus on the passion.
Absolutely. I agree.
Well, Luana, despite the difficulties we had at the beginning, it's been absolutely
it's been fun, right?
It's been fun. It has. It's been great to talk to you.
No, and the same for me. You've been so great, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. And sorry if I'm not very. Yeah, it was really difficult with my heart at the beginning, but we managed.
We got there in the end.
Perfect.
And where can people find you online? And also, is Keep Mum available to watch anywhere online for people?
Oh, yeah, of course. You can find Keep Mum on Short TV, on Amazon Prime in the US and UK, and Sophie TV as well. You just type Keep Mum and you should be able to find it. And and any other film festival. You can find also Keep Mom website. If you Google Keep Mom by Luana Di Pasquale, I know it's a very long name, but you can actually find the website with all the list of all the festival where we are in. And so maybe if you want, you can join us there. And what else? Oh, either way, there is my website, luanadipasquale.com, or shootstoryon.smartphone.com, which is my workshop, my filmmaking workshop.
And there'll also be a review of Keep Mum on Voice coming out
Oh
soon.
my God, are you going to write that?
I'm going to write it.
I really want to know now.
I'm just so sorry that it took so long, but yes, I am going to write it and it will be up soon.
Perfect. You let me know then.
I will email you.
Sweet.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. And Luana, thank you again so much for joining. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you to you and everyone else. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Today's episode was made possible by Voice Magazine, an online platform for young people interested in art and culture. You can read VoiceOver at voicemag.uk and find it on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as VoiceMagUK. If you like this podcast, please consider helping us to make more with a donation of any amount at voicemag.uk/donate. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for use of the track Thief in the Night. You can find more of his work on incomputech.com.